Monsters have been a constant presence in human culture since the very concept of storytelling was invented. They've served as warnings, metaphors, and even exaggerated versions of reality. But no matter how they're presented, there's one thing we can all agree on: we're all scared of them. And when it comes to monsters from beyond our world, our fear can reach new heights. In this video, we're taking a look back at the most spine-chilling and gut-wrenching alien movie monsters that have haunted our dreams. These extraterrestrial creatures from distant planets have only one goal: to destroy us, consume us, or even wipe us out entirely. Now, we're not talking about your average, intelligent aliens with advanced technology. No, this list is reserved for the most primal and savage alien monsters out there. We're talking about creatures that act purely on instinct, often moving as a collective hive mind, and hunting their prey with brutal efficiency. Some of them might be the result of a more intelligent alien species, but make no mistake, these monsters are anything but intelligent. They're simply driven by their primal instincts, and their only purpose is to inflict as much terror and destruction as possible. So, get ready to face your deepest fears as we explore the top most terrifying and dangerous alien monsters. This list will make you question whether you're really alone in the universe or not. So, buckle up and hold on tight. It's going to be a wild ride. Number 7. Bioraptors. The Bioraptors are incredibly aggressive and animalistic creatures. They are capable of flight and are incredibly photosensitive. Even an artificial light can severely burn their bodies. It is believed that they are native to the planet M6-117 and are responsible for the extinction of much of the life on the planet. Approximately every 22 years, the planet experiences a planetary eclipse lasting several months, caused by the alignment of surrounding planets and stars. It is during this time that the Bioraptors emerge from their subterranean lairs and feed en masse, swarming like locusts. Their blood is thick and blue, possibly due to a concentration of copper-based hemoprotein, as opposed to iron-based hemoglobin. They have thin, aerodynamic bodies covered with what appears to be thick, leathery skin, wings capable of limited flight, and a fork-tailed with sharp tips. Two long, pointed bones similar to a spear are hidden in their two legs, which they use to grab their opponents. Their distinctive heads appear to be made of a hard chitinous material reminiscent of that which surrounds most arthropods. Due to the nature of their completely dark environments, they have no eyes, but have incredibly sensitive ultrasonic sensor organs that can pick up even the faintest sounds and give them a detailed view of their surroundings. It is unknown why or how a light-sensitive species evolved on a planet in a trinary star system with practically constant illumination across the planet. It's possible that they were an invasive species brought to the planet by mistake or as a biological weapon. Perhaps the planet hosts a massive system of caves or burrows that spans large areas, explaining their sensitivity to light. The mystery surrounding the Bioraptors makes them all the more intriguing and terrifying. Number 6. MOORWEN. MOORWENs are a predatory species of bioluminescent beings native to the planet MOORWEN. Despite being presumed extinct due to a devastating bombardment and subsequent hunting of survivors, there's a possibility that a population created by other remaining individuals of this kind still exists. These super predators were the apex predators of their planet, which shares the same name. Being a large and naturally hospitable world for life, it became a prime colonization site for an interstellar civilization that considered Earth an abandoned colony. These aliens were massive and ferocious creatures that moved almost faster than the human eye could follow, and the presence of the MOORWENs on the planet made immediate settlement impossible. As a result, the colonizers carried out a massive worldwide bombardment followed by a methodical hunt to eliminate the surviving MOORWENs. The current state of the MOORWENs on their planet of origin remains unknown. The vast majority of their population, estimated in the millions, was exterminated in the colonization attempt. However, at least one MOORWEN survived this genocide and was able to produce viable offspring. Other native species of the planet also survived the bombardment. These remarkable creatures can produce bioluminescence in most colors of the visible spectrum, commonly red. This glow is used to attract prey and can also portray emotions such as anger and potentially possess other properties. With their thick skin resistant to fire and impervious to damage from Dark Age metals, the MOORWENs also possess long, thin tails sharp enough to slice through flesh, skin, bones, and even some harder materials. They are extremely fast with exceptional reflexes and agility, often able to kill an enemy before they have time to prepare a weapon like a sword. The MOORWEN that arrived on Earth preferred to live in isolated underground habitats, such as caves and rocky shelters. This particular MOORWEN was shown emerging from a cave on the planet MOORWEN after the destruction of its species. Potentially, its subterranean predilection saved it. These creatures are also excellent swimmers and can hold their breath for extended periods. They can give birth to offspring asexually by opening their back, although it's unclear how long their gestation period typically lasts, or if they can bear twins. Newborns are depicted as being able to quickly walk and even feast on stored prey, solidifying their dangerous nature. The MOORWENs are adept at hunting large animals and can take down prey much larger than themselves. Their intelligence and resilience make them formidable opponents. Number 5. The Tao-Tei. The Tao-Tei are an ancient reptilian alien race from an unknown planet that invaded China. According to legend, in 1000 BC, a meteorite crashed into the Gaowu Mountain in ancient China, causing the mountain to glow green. Shortly after this event, the creatures known as the Tao-Tei emerged and proceeded to ravage China. Their appearance coincided with the reign of a despotic emperor, leading the Chinese to believe that the Tao-Tei were sent by the gods to punish the emperor for his abuse of authority, and to serve as a reminder to the people about the price of unchecked greed. Since then, they attacked the north of China every 60 years. The Nameless Order was formed to combat the Tao-Tei, and the Great Wall was erected to safeguard the land. The Tao-Tei are carnivorous quadrupeds with green skin, similar in appearance to canines and other carnivorous mammals. They have membranous flaps on their heads that resonate, allowing them to communicate with each other over long distances. The elaborate patterns on the crests of their skulls served as inspiration for the Tao-Tei motif in ancient Chinese culture, and their leathery skins have an iridescent quality similar to jade. Their blood is dark green in color, and there seem to be 3 main castes of Tao-Tei. The first are the soldiers, the most commonly seen type and numbering in the millions. These Tao-Tei are approximately the size of a lion and somewhat resemble a hyena in appearance, with long, slender limbs and a short tail. The Queen's guards are less numerous, around 20 or 30 in total, and they are approximately the size of an elephant, and have an appearance more reminiscent of a primate, with eyes located on the face and retractable flaps on their shoulders. The Queen is approximately twice the size of the Tao-Tei soldiers, but smaller than her royal guards, and commands and controls the hordes of Tao-Tei. She resembles a lizard or some type of dinosaur, with a long body, overlapping plates on her back, a long whip-like tail, and eyes located on the face. Her most distinctive physical feature is the twin-pronged sail on her head that vibrates to signal her troops. She appears to be quite intelligent, capable of devising strategies and countermeasures to fight against the colony's enemies. Her primary task is to breed, which she can only do in proportion to the amount of food given to her by the soldiers, who consume en masse and regurgitate it to her. The Tao-Tei can be pacified by magnetic rocks, as being near one apparently blocks their connection to the hive mind, causing them to stand still and silent without doing anything. Overall, the Tao-Tei are a fascinating and terrifying alien species that have left an indelible mark on Chinese folklore and culture. Number 4. White spikes. In 2048, a species of extraterrestrial predators known as the white spikes appeared in northern Russia, annihilating a significant portion of humanity. These white spikes are presumed to be an alien biological weapon created by an advanced species capable of interstellar travel. Their ship crashed in the Russian tundra in 946 AD and remained buried under ice for over a millennium before emerging in 2048. In just 3 short years, their unmatched reproduction rate, insatiable hunger, and ruthless aggression reduced the human population to just 500,000. They spread like a plague across the earth, attacking and killing any native life they encountered. The white spikes are a true invasive species. As their name suggests, they are a pale white color in hexapods with 6 limbs consisting of 4 main legs for locomotion and 2 smaller mantis-like arms for grasping and holding. They have 2 eyes located on the top and side of their head, giving them an unusually wide field of vision for a carnivore, and are capable of night vision. They also have a heightened sense of smell and an extremely powerful and wide-opening jaw filled with razor-sharp teeth, capable of biting an adult human in half and tearing flesh from bones with little effort. Additionally, they have 2 long tentacles that emerge from the rear and curve forward like a scorpion's tail, with petal-shaped openings at the ends that reveal a hole from which they can fire spikes made of a calcified organic substance. They are protected by their dorsal armor, a rock-hard covering designed to shield them from harm. This armor is incredibly resilient and even capable of deflecting direct assault rifle rounds. They will tilt their body upwards, placing this armor in the line of fire between their attacker and themselves like a shield. However, they have weak points, namely the face, neck, and belly, which can be easily pierced. The white spikes are incredibly strong, fast, and agile, able to run at high speeds and outrun vehicles. They have been seen flipping military Humvees and swatting humans like they weigh nothing. White spikes are highly adept at climbing and traversing any terrain, even scaling vertical surfaces like an insect. Due to their long and muscular hind legs, they can jump great distances and have the ability to glide by extending membranes between their legs to jump from a great height and travel long distances. These creatures are also incredibly efficient swimmers, using their legs and tentacles to propel themselves through water. The white spikes are a formidable and deadly species, and humanity's only hope for survival is to find a way to stop them before they wipe out the remaining population. Number 3. The Mimics. The imitators or mimics are a species of extraterrestrial life forms that arrived on Earth on an asteroid to claim the planet and wage war against humans. They operate in a hive mind and are notable for their ability to rewind time when they die, creating time loops. The mimics are extremely fast and agile creatures with numerous tentacles that can be used to move on the ground, climb, or dig in the soil to emerge and ambush their unsuspecting prey. They are all part of a single hive mind, which consists of 3 castes: the common drones, the dominant alphas, and a single gigantic omega, which acts as the central brain of the colony. It is not known how many of them exist in the universe, but it has been speculated that there could be numerous asteroids with mimic hives, waiting to land on suitable planets to colonize. Drones are by far the most common, lacking the chronokinetic abilities of the Alpha and Omega and serving as the primary soldiers for the Mimic. They can be identified by their small size, only 4 feet tall, and their bright orange bioluminescence. As their name implies, the Mimic's primary tactic is to charge the enemy in massive swarms and use their ability to move at high speeds, altering their physiology from massive tentacles and the ability to shoot missiles as projectiles known as Mimic Lavelins, adding to their danger in combat. On the other hand, alphas are extremely rare. Dr. Carter estimated that only 1 in every 6.18 million mimics is an alpha. They are larger than drones and have a light blue bioluminescence, rather than orange. However, they are more notable for acting as the nervous system of the hive, connecting the drones to the Omega, which is the brain. Every time an alpha is killed, the Omega's chronokinetic response is activated to reset time to a day before it happens, while retaining the memories. In this way, the mimics learn about the enemy's strategy and have the ability to respond preventively, as well as continually resetting time until a favorable outcome is achieved. Being in contact with the blood of an alpha mimic can cause a human to enter the same loop. From that moment on, every time the human is killed, time will reset to the day before their original death. However, this ability will not last if the human's own blood is later replaced, such as in the case of a medical transfusion. The Omega is the core of the mimic superorganism and acts as its central intelligence, as well as the source of its temporal abilities. It is telepathically connected to all the mimics and can also establish psychic links with other creatures that have been in contact with alpha blood. The Omega itself is a massive spherical organism and appears to be the only one of its kind. Number 2. The Angels of Death. The Angels of Death, also known as the Creatures by survivors, are an extraterrestrial race of extremely hostile creatures that arrived on Earth inside a meteorite. According to John Krasinski, the director of the films, the creatures originated on a planet without light in a distant galaxy, an infernal world with much harsher conditions and greater gravity than Earth. This led to their evolution to develop characteristics such as relying on sound instead of sight, possessing an impenetrably hard armor, and having greater strength than Earth's gravity. Their armor is so resistant that it can withstand all conventional human weaponry, from small arms to missiles. However, due to the advantages and disadvantages of these characteristics, they are completely blind, and their dense armor and musculature are so heavy that they cannot swim in water. The creatures are slightly taller than a human, with general proportions that are agile and slender. Their body posture vaguely resembles a cross between a gorilla and a non-flying bat. Their forelimbs are digitigrade, meaning they walk on their knuckles, with arms drastically larger than their legs, which generally makes them run on all fours but are capable of standing up to attack or jump long distances. With their claws and great strength, they are very skilled at climbing walls. Their head features a large jaw full of sharp teeth and no eyes. Without an apparent nose, it is unclear if they possess a sense of smell, or if perhaps this is achieved through the sensory organs in their mouth. In reality, the entire head is composed of multiple sections of armor plates that can be held open if they want to listen more closely to their prey, unfolding like an infernal cabbage. The delicate auditory organs underneath the armor are vulnerable to conventional weapons, which explains why they only briefly raise their plates if they feel safe and follow an invisible enemy. Their extremely sensitive hearing can become a weakness, as Regan discovered that their ears are so delicate that high-frequency sound waves generated by a hearing aid will make them uncontrollably scream in pain and spasms, accidentally opening the armor plates in their ears and exposing the vulnerable skin underneath. If the sharp noises became louder, they could reach the point of temporarily collapsing from the pain. As confirmed by Krasinski, the extraterrestrials are not sapient animals, but vicious. It is unclear how intelligent they are, since they mostly seem driven by pure instinct, although the Abbot's chalkboard speculates they are capable of hunting in packs. Moreover, almost always, when one was killed, another came running to the place of its death. Perhaps most frustratingly, the creatures do not kill to eat. The Abbot's chalkboard speculates that they may be killing to eliminate any possible threat to their race, or simply to eradicate any non-indigenous life forms on the planet. Number 1. Xenomorphs. The xenomorph is an extraterrestrial endoparasitoid species with a hive-type multiple life cycle, possibly originating from the planet Xenomorph Prime. They are one of the most deadly exotic species known and require a host organism to reproduce. The appearance of a xenomorph can vary depending on the host in which the embryo is implanted. The human phenotype generally measures around 2.13 to 2.74 meters in height and weighs approximately 200 kilograms, with a long muscular tail and a large, curved, oblong head. The queen of this species is generally twice as large and possesses superior speed, strength, and intelligence compared to common offspring. The physical form of a xenomorph can vary widely depending on its life stage, hive, caste, age, and host. Their ability to incorporate genetic material from their host, along with numerous mutations and deviations that have arisen naturally or artificially, makes the xenomorph one of the most phenotypically diverse organisms in the galaxy. Most xenomorphs appear to possess an intelligence level equivalent to that of a typical primate. They are capable of learning relatively quickly, gathering information, and making advantageous use of their environment. A xenomorph is equipped to be the perfect killing machine. They possess an exoskeleton very similar to that of a lobster, impenetrable to almost all conventional weapons. Their external skin is made of protic polysaccharides, a substance similar to chitin. They replace their surface cells with polarized silicon, which is a very inert, heat-resistant, and flexible polymer. This allows these creatures great environmental resistance. However, they are vulnerable to sudden and massive temperature changes. The external mouth of a xenomorph is filled with sharp teeth, but their main killing device is the inner jaw that fires to penetrate directly into the victim's brain. The inner jaw, also known as the attack tongue, is a muscular appendage inside the xenomorph's mouth. At the ends of both arms, there is a set of long, black, shiny, and extremely sharp claws capable of cutting almost anything within their reach. Their tail is long and flexible. Some individuals, although not all, also have crests on top and a serrated tip at the end of their tail to slash enemies. The bodily fluid of all xenomorphs appears to be highly concentrated acid. It is often referred to as acid blood, although it is not clear if it is used for transportation of nutrients and oxygen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. We love hearing from our viewers, so please leave a comment. and share your ideas for future videos. Thanks for your support, and we can't wait to see you again in our next video.